That's a good one.
Ginger Runner.
What is up, everyone? Ethan Newberry, the Ginger Runner, here for another gingerrunner.com review. I'm very excited to be back, guys. We're in Seattle. We've relocated from Los Angeles to Seattle. As you can see, the set behind me is blank and bare. In the comments of this video, let us know, what would you like to see? And now on to today's review. Speaking of reviews, we have so much gear to review. We've got shoes, packs, watches, everything coming up very, very soon. Today, you're watching a review for a product that I'm actually pretty excited about, from a brand that I'm actually reviewing two products from today, two brand new shoes from Hoka One One, the SPEEDGOAT 2. Version 2 of a shoe, where the first version was not my favorite. This is not the only shoe that I reviewed today. Make sure you check out my review of the Hoka One One Clifton 4. The link for this review is in the description. You may want to check that out. So back to the SPEEDGOAT 2. Let me start by saying, didn't know what to expect. Was a little scared because version 1 was not my favorite trail shoe. I had some issues, stability, all sorts of things, but they seem to have addressed many of my qualms with version 1 because version 2, it's not so bad, guys. Pretty fun. This here is a durable badass of a shoe inspired and potentially helped designed by Mr. Karl Meltzer, one of the most historic, legendary ultra runners in the sport. As I mentioned in my review of version 1, I'm going to mention it again here, he could kick my ass. This thing is meant to go far through gnarly conditions, weather, technical terrain, all sorts of good stuff, built to last. I'm going to talk to you all about the things that I like and dislike about this version, how it's improved from version 1 in today's review. Let's get things started with, of course, things that I like about the Hoka One One SPEEDGOAT 2. First of all, kind of a generic like, it's better. It's literally better in every capacity, every way, as far as I'm concerned. More comfortable, it's softer, more balanced, better looking, it's just better. And I think that is how versions of shoes should be. Each version gets better and better. In this case, it's just a huge improvement over version 1. I find myself going back to this shoe for longer trail runs, gnarlier trail runs. I did not find that was the case in version 1 at all. In fact, those shoes no longer are in this house because they had to go. Balance. If you remember from my previous review, a major qualm I had with the SPEEDGOAT, as did many people that I spoke to about that shoe, it was off balance. I always felt my feet were rolling toward the lateral side. It never felt stable. It was really difficult to find any sort of trust in the shoe, especially on technical terrain. So when I put on SPEEDGOAT 2, I was worried that it was going to have very similar issues because the midsole, outsole look very similar to version 1. I was quickly put at ease when I realized that the shoe is properly balanced. I'm not rolling in or out one way or the other. Technical terrain, I don't feel off balance. Solid platform. Width. This is not a wide shoe. It's just not gonna fit those of you who have really, really wide feet. I don't really have wide feet. I just enjoy a toe box that accommodates more toe splay. SPEEDGOAT 2 feels better than the SPEEDGOAT 1, which is an improvement. I feel like the width, even if it's a couple of millimeters, did it justice. Your toes certainly feel like they're still getting bunched up in the front, but I'm gonna take an improvement as an improvement and comment. And finally, comfort, overall comfort in this shoe, because the materials in the upper, the outsole, the midsole, all combine to make a more comfortable version. That is a big leap in awesomeness to me. Why? Comfort. Good. Improvement. Yeah. Not to say that the shoe doesn't have a couple of things that I dislike about it. Let's get to those. Weight. The shoe gained weight. The shoe is nearly 12 ounces, a little bit heavier than the previous version. I'm looking past it because it's just better, feels better. I want to make sure that I show it some love. The fact that it got a little bit fatter is like, oh, come on, please, no, don't do that. Width. I mentioned that the shoe is wider, so I'm gonna, praise it for that. I don't think it's wide enough. So of course I have to point out here in the dislikes that the shoe is not going to be great for those of you who like more toe room. I mean, just looking at the toe box, it certainly comes to a little sharper point compared to other shoes out there. I wish we had more toe room. And finally, durability. Not something I had a huge issue with in version 1 because of those materials I just mentioned, but this version, because the mesh is a little bit finer, a little bit thinner, with welded overlays as opposed to sewn on overlays, I am getting some upper puncture here on the lateral side of my foot. Didn't really get that in version 1. Disappointed to see it in version 2, especially with just under 100 miles in this shoe. Just makes me go, ugh. But that's it for dislikes. I like some of the details in this shoe. I mean, I like this big H. I enjoy the color version. It's wild, it's fun, it's super grippy. The outsole, of course, just holds up really, really well with the Vibram outsole, mega grip lugs. If you're looking for a shoe to last through crazy weather, mud, sloppy conditions, technical trails, but have comfort for those longer durations, this is not a bad choice. I like you, SPEEDGOAT 2, more than I thought I would. I'd swipe right. Is that right? Swipe right, left? the good direction. All right, let's get on to points. Quality, I'm gonna give a 3 out of 5. I had to downgrade just a little bit because the shoe is breaking through. I wish it would be a bit more durable. I don't know where they're getting this mesh, but it's unfortunately not quite as durable as I'd hoped. Comfort, 4 out of 5. Solid comfort on this shoe. Compared to version 1, I'm getting a lot more wear and enjoyment out of it. Good thing. Price at $140. It's a bit steep, but it's also a shoe that's just rugged and will get you really good trail miles. Price will be 4 out of 5 for me. And finally, looks. Man, some of you are gonna totally disagree with me on this. I think this is a really fun, crazy looking shoe. I'm gonna give it 5 out of 5 on looks. The other color versions are just as good and wacky and wild. I don't know, I'm a fan. So that brings our grand total to 16 out of 20, right there, right where you guys like that line. But compared to the last version, that's a big step up, that's great. So now, of course, in simplistic terms, is this a buy, try, or a why? The last version would be a why. This version, a buy. Yeah, I'm glad I have it in my arsenal. I'm keeping it around for as long as possible until it just completely melts away, but I'm enjoying my time in it. Just huge improvement. So my friends, that's it for the review of the Hoka One One SPEEDGOAT 2. Remember, if you have any questions, you want to get a pair for yourself, in the description of this video, I actually have links to Running Warehouse where you can get the shoes, get more information. You also have a coupon code where you can get a discount off pretty much the entire store. So definitely check that out, use it and abuse it. And in the comments of this video, let me know what you guys think of the SPEEDGOAT 2. Is this a shoe that you have run in? Have you trained in it? Do you like it? Let me know. Let's get that conversation going. But that is it for today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget, I also have a review of the Hoka One One Clifton 4. The link to that review is in the description of this video as well. So go check it out. If you like this review, like, favorite, and subscribe to the channel. It's youtube.com/thegingerrunner. New videos coming all the time. You want to be the first to find out when those are uploaded. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You can follow me across social media. Look at all those links. And if you want to help support the channel, keep us alive, keep us doing these things week after week after week, visit patreon.com/thegingerrunner for as little as $1 a month. Each month you get cool perks on the back end, which is great. If you don't want to, don't. But surely you'll want to get out there and train hard, race harder, and party the hardest. I know I am. We'll see you guys next week. You're the best. Yeah, goodbye.